Hey guys, so today's video is going to be about hypoplastic left heart syndrome and about the females who have hypoplastic left heart syndrome and if they are capable of having a baby. And I want to actually share with you my experience with a person that is 28 years and counting with hypoplastic left heart syndrome. For those that do know, and for those that don't know, I had all three surgeries, the Norwood, the Glen Shunt, and the Fontan. The main reason why I started this YouTube community, I'm really new. I'm trying to get the hang of things and start to post more videos. I know I'm not really the best with posting videos, but hopefully I will get the hang of it and post more videos more frequently than every 2 months. I'm sorry, I'm just trying my best. I have life too, so I'm just trying to work as much as I can with my YouTube channel. There's not a lot of adults. Let me start off my video with that. There's not a lot of young adults that I know personally as females or males who have hypoplastic left heart syndrome. Every single video or any type of educational video is more geared towards the kids, the pediatric, the babies, the toddlers, and all those, the 6-year-olds, the 7-year-olds. It's geared towards that. But once we get into adulthood, I feel like we just disappear in the sky and we're vanished. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You let me know in the comments down below. But I will say this, me being a cardiac patient for X amount of years and me being a female, I remember the whole day very, very good. And I asked my cardiologist, what are the chances of me having a baby? She said, I'm going to talk to all the doctors and talk to the pediatric doctors next door because my hospital is a joint program with the hospital next door, which is a pediatric hospital. And I said, okay, good things take time, right? So then I went to, I went back maybe 6 months later to my cardiologist and I said, hey, look, what's going on? Can I not? What are my choices? What can I do? Can I get pregnant? Listen, it is your right as a patient to find out what is your right, what is your choices, what is your options. Do your research. Ask 10 billion times, ask 7 billion times, ask as much as you want. Ask. That's the only way you're going to learn. Sometimes you're not going to like the answers, but it's life, what can you do about it? And so I was told that she's going to send me to a high-risk OBGYN that deals with cardiac patients / females, cardiac patients that are females. So I said, okay. Now, I'm 100% Turkish, and my husband is also 100% Turkish. And my husband's English isn't as bad, it's not as good, but he understands. So I really wanted him to come with me to this appointment because obviously it's very important for me. And I knew that I was going to meet a doctor, but I didn't expect it to be the way that it was. There was a doctor, just one doctor. The other doctor was a student doctor. And it was me, my husband. The room was very tiny. Very, very tiny. There was a round table in the middle, and the doctor was sitting in front of me. And then we were sitting, obviously, across. And she, I don't know what her name was because I didn't care at that very moment. That wasn't the point of my appointment. I wrote a list of questions that I wanted to ask, and she was ready to answer them. That's why I love my hospital so much. Any questions that you have, they are willing to answer it. And if you don't understand it the first time, ask again. If you don't understand it the second time, ask again. It's okay. You're getting answers. Ask. That's the only way you can get answers, is just ask. You have nothing to lose. The doctors are there to help you. So I said, okay. So she literally had all my history in front of her. And I believe she had my history prior to my appointment. She obviously looked through it and saw what the problems were and so on and so forth. And I was like, okay. So she literally took the back of the paper. She took an empty paper, a plain paper, and literally drew out my heart with a pen. Like, this doctor was skilled to the top. Like, she was skilled to the top. And she drew it all out. And I remember she saying, this is where you have the problems. This needs to get fixed in order for you to get pregnant. She was just pinpointing every little problem that I had with my heart. Pinpointing every little issue that I had. I was like, really? So then she told me, like, this is where you get it, and if you get pregnant, this will happen. If you don't get pregnant, this will happen. And if you get pregnant, what can happen after or during your pregnancy? What can happen after your pregnancy? If it's safe for you, what is this? What is that? So I really liked that. And obviously, she didn't really, all right. I caught an attitude with her, but she didn't catch an attitude with me. It's because I didn't want to hear the things that I was hearing. And I couldn't accept the things that I was hearing. Like, I just didn't want to accept it. It's a very emotional thing. And, so what happened was my, husband was right there, so I had to interpret between my doctor and him, and between the doctor and me. Well, obviously I spoke English with my doctor, and she spoke English with me, but I came to a conclusion that, everything happens for a reason. Now, my doctor, when she pinpointed everything, and said this, and this is your problem. This, and this needs to get fixed. I asked her questions like, let me see if I could pull up the list of questions that I asked her on my computer. No, but I do remember the questions that I did ask her, even though I couldn't find the list. But, the one question was if I get pregnant. Now, let me tell you this. I am capable of getting pregnant. My woman organs work. Like, I could get pregnant. I mean, my doctors do pregnancy tests on me all the time whenever they have to do, like, a cardiac catheterization or any type of, like, biopsy, any type of procedure where they have to put me under anesthesia. They do a pregnancy test. Now, if I couldn't get pregnant, they wouldn't be doing a pregnancy test. I am capable of getting pregnant, but I'm not allowed to get pregnant. I can have a kid, but I can't have a kid. And I'm still trying to accept that mentally. It's very hard. So for those that are dealing with IVF, those that are dealing with trying to conceive a baby, I am with you guys, even though I am in a different destiny. I am with you guys. I was told that if I was to get pregnant, that it's more risk for the mother than it is for the baby. And I also asked if my baby would have any type of heart condition due to the fact that the mother has a heart condition. She said no. She said it's very low. Like, I think she said 2%, which was, like, amazing. Even if my child had a heart condition, I would still, like, love them to death, obviously. And so, like, it's very important to have a very supportive, like, family and husband, like, everybody. Like, my mom's my biggest supporter, my husband's my biggest supporter, my cousins, my family, my everybody, like, my biggest support. I have, like, a big family, and, like, all my friends from work, and all that, like, from when I, they would all support me regardless, and I'm like, I love you guys. So that's very important to have a really good backup team. And if you don't, I kind of feel where you're coming from too. I was also told that if I get pregnant, there's a chance of me losing my own life. That if that baby harms me in any shape or form, that they will stop that pregnancy and take the baby right out without even questioning me or even asking me. And that was the one thing that stung me like a bee. And she said one more thing. My doctor said one more thing. She said that let's say you carry that baby for 9 months, like full term, there's a chance of that baby being small just because the lack of nutrition that the mother can give a baby. And like I said, I didn't like the things that I was hearing. And she said 90% of the time you would be giving birth early. And I said, you don't know that. God knows that. I was catching an attitude, but I really didn't mean it in a mean way. I really did not mean it in a mean way. Like, it just hurt me to hear those, but it's okay. And I remember she said one thing to me. And she said, if she's like, don't think that, she goes, only think that I'm a woman in front of you that has like 4 kids. I'm not, she goes, I'm 34 years old, not married, and don't even have a child. You're a step of me. She's like, you got married, and like you're gonna have this, you're gonna have that. Like, giving birth does not make you a mother. Remember that. Giving birth does not make you a mother. And when the time's right, and if I'm ready for a child, then I will decide what I want to do with my husband. But right now, we have other medical problems going on, so we're going to take care of those. In the meanwhile, we're just living life day by day. And let me tell you something, as a person that has hyperplastic left heart syndrome, I wouldn't change my life for the world. And if you are able to get pregnant without harming yourself, remember, you come first. You got to take care of yourself first before you take care of a baby, because that baby's going to need you after birth. And there's other ways to become moms: adoption, surrogacy. And remember that your health comes first. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I will respond. And if you have any type of heart condition, leave them. Leave your stories. Follow me on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram page in the beginning of my video. Follow me. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.